And we are back for episode number 4. And we came to the H3 last time, and we're gonna continue right there. So let's see how we can finish this game and if we can actually win it. As I said before, we discard some cards. Most importantly, green loses Joan of Arc and Engineering Genius, and has her turn, or his turn, I don't know, right now. Plays Revolutionary Idea, scores some science, still only at 2 science production, which is really low. Probably gonna finish construction of his Transatlantica. Yeah, Ocean Liner Service it is, yeah. And increase population once for free and once for food. So upgrades a mine, has 7 resource production, which is really nice for her. And it's our turn, and actually we are stronger right now, so we can definitely play politics. Now we do a new card, which is each civilization gains 1 food for each of its happy faces, maximum of 8. Okay, so do we need food? He has more happy faces, but I think we need food more than he does, because he has his Ocean Liner service. The rest of the cards, a vast territory. Again, I didn't draw any colonization cards at all in H2, which is rather unfortunate. I could play Crime Wave, which I might do this. We don't have that many smileys or happy faces, and yeah, so Crime Wave, we probably gonna be stronger than him, because we have the way better military tech. We have those 2 in H2, so they are up to date for the H3 tactics. And he only has swordsmen and knights. He has a nice tactic for them, but if we can get, for example, this tactic, the mechanized army, then we have a better tactic. We only need 3 units and get 10, and he has 4 units and only gets 8. So we have the better military position for the late game, for the 3rd age. So we're probably gonna be in front. So I'm gonna prepare this event. And nice, Refugees, one of the strongest H2 cards for the stronger player. The strongest civilization scores 3 culture on your turn, gain 1 population. The weakest loses 3 culture and 1 population, which is 2 effects which are really nice for us. We increase our population for free. Now we have a problem with smileys, but we have no problem with disbanding these warriors. They only give us 1 strength. We are still in front, so no problem. Now we could consider upgrading one of our religion temples to an opera, as you can do this because of Bach. If you don't remember, it costs here. Once during your turn, you may spend a civil action to upgrade any urban building to a theater of the same level or higher for the usual resource cost. Could do that. It doesn't really address our happy face problem, because we don't gain any happy faces. We only gain culture production, which we have already a lot of, 9, and he is at 4. And as you can see, with refugees we are getting to him quite fast. So he has 48, we have 40, we have our turn still. So he started, so we are always 1 behind. So if we end our turn now, we will have 49, so we are in front. So I don't think we want to spend our resources building for more culture. What we might want to do is fix our smiley problem. We could take organized religion. We could also fix another problem, that is civil actions. We could, for example, take justice system and develop it, so we have 1 more civil action. And then we could take organized religion, which will solve our smiley problem, which we still have a little bit of resource problem, but if we don't spend anything right now, we are okay with 4 production. There are sadly no good yellow cards or any yellow cards in these first 2 rows, and these are very expensive reserves for 3 selections. That is half of what we have right now. That's a bit too much. So what else can we do? We have 1 action left. We actually could do this one now. Why not? I mean, we have the resources. So if we upgrade this temple to a theater, we produce even more culture, and we are still in front with military. We can look at him. He also can't really get much more military. He can't get this same army again. He needs 4 more units, and he only has 2 military actions, so he needs a lot of time, resources, and especially people. Okay, people he has because of his ocean liner service. He can get 1 population for free every turn, but he's not gonna declare war on us, so we don't need to upgrade our military next turn. If we did, we couldn't play what we did now, upgrade it, because we will need 5 resources for a cavalryman. Next turn we only have 4 resources, so we can't play a cavalryman, but that's no problem. We don't need to upgrade our strength next turn. So this is quite nice. 12 culture production is really high, especially this early in the 3rd age. That's the first turn of the 3rd age, and we produce 12 culture. That's really nice, and especially nice because we can defend our culture with our military. Okay, let's see what he does. He loses 1 population because of refugees last turn, or what we then place reserves and gains 3 food. I don't really know why he needs more food. With his ocean liner service, builds another mine, takes engineering and engineering genius. He wants to engineer. And we are still stronger than him. And actually we are now at the same culture, but we have our turn before us. So we're gonna score even more. Now, as you can see, we do a new tactic, a really good one for us. As I said before, mechanized army. Mechanized army, we actually have a mechanized army, so we only need to play it and have 4 more military strength. He can easily, with all his resources and population and ocean liner service, build also a lot of military, so we don't want to play or declare war, not right now. So we can play one of those 2. We might play prosperity, because with our organized religion we might have a lot of happy faces soon, and as it says here, gain 1 food for each happy face. So we are fine with playing this, and we are not fine with this. All civilizations calculate half your discontent workers and round up. On your turn, lose that many population. We do have 2 discontent workers, sadly, so we will lose 1 and lose an idle worker. That's not good. You don't want that to happen, but it's okay. You can play organized religion. We can upgrade it, and we have 1 free now. Now we can get some yellow cards. We really need yellow cards because we only have little production compared to him. He produces 9 resources, we produce only 4, so we need yellow cards. We're gonna take this yellow card, reserves. We can get a lot of resources with that. I also would like to get this wonder to take it away from him, because the fast food chain scores would, if he finishes it now, he would score 22 culture immediately, and he has lots of resources, so maybe he takes it next turn. I don't want that. On the other hand, I can't finish it myself, really. It's very expensive. I might, but we only score 17. I think I might have to, but then, as you can see, if I do that, yeah, I don't know, I can lose, I have still one selection, I can increase our population. Alternative would be to get Engineering Genius, which is pay 5 less. These steps only cost 4, not ideal. But the alternative would be this. But I'm not a fan. I can take the fast food chain away from him and get reserves and use the last selection to increase our population. We have to do it anyway, sooner or later. Oh, and we can play Mechanized Army. So we are in front now by quite a lot. He only has 2 military actions, so we might even get to play an aggression on him very soon. And again, we produce a lot of more, although lots more culture than him. And he actually takes Mahatma Gandhi. And develops journalism, gets his Oceanliner service going, so another free population, he gains even more population. He really has enough population in my opinion. Okay. Now, what does Gandhi do, you might ask? I can show you what Gandhi does. Gandhi. To culture production, and you may not play aggressions on war cards. Your rivals must pay 3 extra military actions to declare aggressions or war against you. So, this means we could play this aggression and pay 4 military actions. Question is, can he defend? That's always the question. It also means that he can't play any more wars or aggression, so from now on we can make it a full-out culture conflict. So we don't want to play any more military and produce culture. So we can play some other politics, we are still in front, and there's Crime Wave in there and Prosperity, 2 cards we would really like to open. So we might want to play one of these 2. This Impact of Architecture, each civilization scores 1 culture per level of each of its urban buildings, and those cards are revealed at the very end of the game. So if we play it, it will definitely be evaluated. We are now at advantage. We would score 8 culture and he would score 2 culture. So it's really good for us right now. Again, problem is it's gonna take some time until it's evaluated, and we produce not so much resources and he produces a lot. But still, it's gonna take him a lot of resources to get so many high urban buildings. So I think it's a safe bet. But also we have Impact of Strength. Civilizations score 10 and 0 based on their relative strength. Obviously we would score 10 right now and he would score 0. And because he's Gandhi, he doesn't want to put anything more into strength. So it's pretty safe that if we don't upgrade our strength, then he does not as well, because he can't use it. So it's a very safe bet that we will be the strongest player at the end of the game. Also, we are the second player, so if he played his last turn, then we can see how many military he has, and then decide, okay, we're gonna put so much military that we are 1 in front of him. So we can decide, we have the last say, so to say. So I think this is the best card. Prosperity, we gain 5 food, so we can upgrade our population again. Nice. We can play reserves, because we really need resources, because we don't produce that much. Now we can take some juicy yellow cards. Urban Growth is great. Urban Growth again. Actually, it's now pay 4 less because we are in age 3. Then there's still Engineering Genius. And now we can decide, do we want to play an opera or build on our Wonder fast food chains? We just drew Urban Growth, so if we want to build more urban buildings, we want to do it with those two, but we can't use them right now, of course, because we do them this turn. We could also consider taking movies, but we don't have the science for it, and it's not that great. So I'm gonna just build one of these stages. We don't have corruption, everything's great. We can play or build operas next turn. We can end the turn, discard some, we don't need these wars anymore. If we want to play a war, then it's gonna be war over culture. Because culture wins the game and not science in the end, so in the third age, these wars are the important ones. And some more green cards we do, and green's turn. Green develops engineering. Green increases the population for 5 food and once for free with Oceanliner service. Green upgrades an HA mine, builds an H2 library, gets Air Force and military build-up for whatever reason. Or to be safe. Maybe to be safe. It's not bad to be safe. Let's not be too harsh on Gandhi. He wants to be safe. Okay, again we can play politics. We are stronger, so if it's crime wave we are happy. So let's see. If we play this, we would score 12 and he 18. And because of his Oceanliner service, it's gonna be more. I should read this first, probably. Each civilization scores 2 culture for every content worker above 10, and he's only gonna get more content workers because he gets 1 worker for free every turn and we don't, so it's a bad card to play for us. Then impact of happiness. Each civilization scores 2 culture per happy phase, no more than 16 points, and loses 2 per discontent worker. Right now we score 10 and he 8. The question is, do we get more? If we build some operas, we will get even more happy faces. He needs to get some more happy faces, he has team spots in hand. It looks right now like we will probably both get 16 from it. So it's same. And then again we have impact of architecture. Our plan is to build more operas. So I think we are still in front. We plan to build more urban buildings, so it's a good card to play. We're gonna play it, and it's okay. Organization rules, strategic territory. It would be really great for us if we get it for this warrior and 3. We don't have that many resources, so the problem is if we send one of these units, we go up to 6. Can even send this as well to 7, but then we are at 13 strength only, so we need to rebuild the cavalrymen. But I think it's okay for 4 strength. Actually we could then send this and change the tactics again. Let's see what he could send. He could just send 1 knight. It's a question what he has in hand. I don't really need this territory, so maybe this is fine. Just bidding for. It's not really important who gets it. He gets it. Yeah, okay, one of these cards. Okay. Not that important. Then we can do what we planned, build an opera with urban growth. Now problem is, as I see, we can't play another one because we have 3 already, and the limit with our monarchy is 3 urban buildings of the same type. So we can do that next turn maybe. So we can take democracy right now. If we play it next turn, we can have 4 of each building, and next turn we have exactly 17 science. Democracy is very, very good. So this is fine. Then we can spend 1 selection to get reserves, to get, again, we have not that many resource production, so we need resources, and we can build one of these steps with engineering genius for free. Looks good. I'm happy. There's one thing to consider. We still have bar, so we still can upgrade these buildings to theaters. But maybe we do that next turn. Right now we need the science and we need the happy faces, so building 1 from here was very good. Okay, then turn we already have this here, so we don't need another one. Never will, so this can go away. If we want to play events or green cards, we will play those 2 or one of those 2. So we can throw away vast territory. Actually, we can keep it and throw away this tactic as well. We don't need those tactics. They are the most obvious, we will never need again. So discard them. Could also discard other cards, but those are the ones we will never use. Let's see, no politics from green, builds an H1 farm, Oceanliner service, begins construction of the spaceflight wonder, it's knights. Okay, so we built 1 knights, but it's still at 22. And if he builds spaceflight right now, he would only score 10 culture. Not that much. He was at very low science production for the whole game. Now he's a bit more, but still not that great. Yeah, not gonna change much. You do 2 new cards on 2 new green cards. Each civilization scores 2 science per level of each of its government and special blue technologies. So we are at 10 right now and 8 for green, and because we are gonna develop democracy this turn, we're gonna be even higher. Then there's Impact of Wonders, where we see already he has 12 V5, so we score culture for different ages of the wonders we have, and we only have 1 finished wonder and green has 3. So it's not good for us. Let's consider which is better, Impact of Happiness or Impact of Progress. I think it's going to be Progress because of our democracy we will play this turn, and then we can take away satellites from him or something. So prepare that. And there's the crime wave. Green is weaker, so he loses 3 culture. Now it's our turn. First off, we want to develop democracy peacefully, so we have lots of civil actions now, produce even more culture, 19 right now. Now we can finish this wonder, or we can upgrade these alchemies to an opera with urban growth. Urban growth is worth 4 resources. We would only save 2, so we're gonna do it like this. And now we are actually full, so let's see what else we can do. You don't have the science to go for movies or something else. We have this wonder in which we can score more culture, and for this wonder to score more culture we need 2. We get 2 culture for every worker on a farm or mine. So we have 2 workers over, so we can actually put them on mines. So I'm gonna put one here and one here. So if we would finish it now, we would get 22. For that, it was only 18. We have these, we don't need these right now, so we can do this easily. Then we can take away satellites from him so he doesn't develop them and get more points when Impact of Progress comes up. Then we can take Revolutionary Idea, then score 6 science, then we have 9 science next turn and play actually the satellites ourselves and score more points. And have one left, we can either play reserves, yeah, we can't do anything else with this last selection besides playing reserves or taking some of these. Actually, we have to consider which leader we want next turn, and actually we might want Charlie Chaplin. Sadly, all those leaders are in the last 6 cards. Actually, it's, yeah, 3 leaders in the last 6 cards. We don't want Einstein because we don't have good labs and not much science production. So we're gonna keep Bach for now. He scores 2 culture for us, and then we can get another leader after that. So with our last selection we gain 4 resources. Now we don't want the tactic, we have the best tactic we want. We don't want the wonder. Actually, can throw away this because we will finish now. And actually there's an interesting choice to make before I do that. As you can see, there are 6 cards remaining, and these 3 will be gone. 2 I've taken already. If I take computers, the age ends next turn. And do we want that? That's the question. Do we want the game to be over after another round? So if it's finished, then green has its last turn, and then we have our last turn, and then it's over. If we don't take computers, we each have 1 round more. When we look at it, he has 13 resources and engineering genius of age 2, which means when we finish the age 3 in our turn, he will lose his engineering genius. Then he has 13 resources, so he can't finish his wonder, and if we wait, he probably can. We will score. We will have 7 resources next turn and our reserves, so we can finish our wonder. So it's actually good for us to not play reserves, as I thought first, but take computers and the age, and then he can finish his wonder and we can finish ours. Again, we of course throw away this because it's be gone anyway, because age 3 is over, so age 2 cards will be gone, and this one because we don't need it. Some wars we do, okay, and you can see age 4 begins. All civilizations lose 2 yellow tokens again. Green discards engineering genius and team sports, and DJ Parson loses John Sebastian Bach. He plays Impact of Industry, okay, here's a bit more, 10 to 5, but no biggie. He takes movies, yeah, he can actually build 1 movie. He has to destroy 1 mine. There's lots of discontent workers. Builds 1 movies. Builds 1 H farm. Okay. And it's our final turn. As you can see, he didn't finish his wonder because he couldn't. Now you can see a bit of strength. We are in front, we don't have to do anything about that. Impact of architecture and progress. Progress, yeah, we can build or discover satellites, and we score even more there. Impact of architecture, we need our resources to build the wonder, so we can't change that. And 1 unknown card effect. And we can play 1 still. as you can see, Impact of Happiness, we will be in front, and this is good, and we can play this card. Impact of Architecture, he scores 7, we score 11. Then we will play Reserves and finish this Wonder, score 22. Then we can play Revolutionary Idea and discover satellites or develop satellites, and then we have some options left. Actually, we can disband this one and build these for free, so we will have all the smileys, so we will score 16 with Impact of Happiness. And the other ones we can't. We will win this, we can't change this, so we can take Winston Churchill and play him, and he will score 3 culture for us once. Alternatively, we could take Charlie Chaplin. He doubles one of our theater culture production, but that's also only 3 culture, and Winston does it too, and he only costs 1 civil action, and we have no more left, so this is great. End of turn. It doesn't matter what we throw away, it's the last turn of the game. And final events, Impact of Agriculture, he scores a little bit more. Impact of Happiness, we score 16, he only 12. Impact of Strength, we score 10. And Impact of Progress, we have 20 and he only 8. So we didn't quite make the 100 more culture than him, so yeah, in the end it wasn't a close game, but this wasn't the game where it should be close. The AI is okay for beginners, but I really hope that I won't lose against an AI. Okay, continue. So that was our first game and episode 3 of my guide through the ages. Next time I'm gonna see what I play next time. Maybe I will play an online game. As you can see, it already says here 1 turn. I have to play it now. Actually, I can show you what game this is. There are 3 games I play in a league, in a WhatsApp, in a Facebook group. You can also join. It's a Through the Ages League. I don't know the name. I can link it in the description. I have to do the turn there pretty soon. Yeah, as you can see, 207 players online right now, which is quite a lot because the expansion came out recently. And that's it for this time. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. I surely did. The game went really well for us, especially in the third age, and we won quite easily. And I hope you got a better understanding of the game, of the decisions a player has to make, of how a player like myself, I think I'm not bad at this game, how I think about these turns. Newer players often don't think that much ahead, and that's the key of this game, thinking ahead and also taking away stuff from your opponent, looking at what the card draw will be when it's your next turn or when it's your opponent's turn, and all these things you have to consider before doing anything. And I hope I could tell you a little bit about it. And yeah, next time I think I'm gonna play an online game and do the whole game and not comment as much. And yeah, I'm gonna see what I do next time. Until then, goodbye.